What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. The bite has been crazy slow around southern Colorado lately, plus I've been real busy, but I finally managed to get out to the Pueblo Reservoir a couple days this past week and have a couple pretty good days. I was out there after a multi-species bite and I managed to get on multiple species, including a surprise catch that I was super happy with. I don't catch many of these fish and it took me completely off guard. So I was so happy it bit, and I was happy I was able to get it on camera for you guys. But if y'all want to see how that went, go ahead, stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. Okay guys, today I am back out at the Pueblo Reservoir, and I've actually been to this spot fairly recently, but I decided to come back out here. I tend to have okay luck out here around this time of year, and it was around this time of year last year and right around the time the weather started acting like it has been lately that I noticed the catfish in southern Colorado started kind of changing their behaviors and taking smaller baits. And I was actually having pretty good luck with hot dog chunks with little pieces of worm tipped on them. Well, actually full worms. So that's what I've got rigged up today. I just got a little hot dog here with a live red worm tipped. I've got it on the typical Carolina rig that I run on the bottom for cats. Just I think a 3/4 ounce egg weight with a barrel swivel here, about a foot or so a leader, going to a, I believe, 6/0 octopus hook, and rigged up with what I just told you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna send this out there, let it sit on the bottom, and then while I wait to see if a catfish bites this, I'm gonna fish around and hopefully get into some bass or walleye. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out there now. That'll work. Alright, now that I've got that catfish set up, rigged up and out on the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead, and I've got roughly an hour or so of daylight left. So with that time, I'm gonna hopefully get into a bass bite out here. I went ahead and rigged up, I forget exactly what size this is, but it's a KVD Strike King square bill, and it's one of the huge ones in the color Sexy Shad. I've been having some decent luck with square bills in this spot this year, but the shad are getting bigger and bigger out here. They're actually huge right now. So I picked up this big old crankbait, and I'm gonna hopefully get into some bass with this. Let's whip it around and see how it goes. It's a huge bait, but it doesn't dive too crazy deep. It only dives like, I wanna say like 4 or 5 foot. So just about the same depth as the square bills I typically throw around this area, but it's nice and big to mimic the shad that are out here right now, because just about everything eats shad. I threw around this crankbait for a bit, but there's a couple little problems with it that are annoying me. Those being that it's a little big, so I knew that going into this, but it's picking up a lot more algae than I was expecting on that little square bill there. It's pretty much acting like a shovel on all the algae it hits and just scooping it all right up. So that's a little bit frustrating. And also, I didn't really think ahead, so this is on me, but the combo I brought out is just a little bit light for such a big crankbait. It's stressing the combo quite a bit, and it's just kind of a pain to throw it with this combo. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out to something else now. I decided to switch up to a red and white Al's 49er spoon. I forget exactly what size it is, but it's a pretty good size one. I think it's like maybe a 1/4 ounce one, and I've just got it slightly modified with this weedless treble hook that I threw on it. These little hooks are quite a bit more expensive than most of the hooks I use, but I think they'll turn out to be worth it. I've used them a tiny little bit so far, and I was pretty impressed because I didn't end up on any nasty snags. So I think if I use just a tiny bit of finesse with it, I should be able to let this sit right on the bottom and pop it up off the bottom every now and again, and I might be able to trick something into thinking it's a dying shad. There are quite a bit of walleye around here this time of year usually, so hopefully I could get into one of those or some bass. I've had some super good luck with walleye with spoons like this in the past, and some pretty good luck with bass. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, I had a bite right there. That was quick. That was a really good sign. There's something. Feels decent. I think that might be a walleye. Seems like it's doing some head shakes. What do I got here? It's not fighting too crazy hard. Oh yeah, it's a walleye. Pretty decent one. Oh, wants to pop off. Well, in retrospect, I probably should have thrown the old light on for the actual catch there, but that's okay. At least y'all had the nice little sunset in the backdrop. I don't think this one's gonna keep. I'm thinking it's probably around 17 inches or so, so just under the 18-inch keep length, but I'll probably measure it and see, but we'll most likely get this one back in the water. All right, guys, just like I figured, this beautiful fish is sitting right at 17 inches, right on the dot, but I'm not gonna keep it. It's not the right size, so let's get it back in the water. There it goes. Pretty tight. That was my first walleye in a while. Well, guys, I ended up throwing that spoon around for quite a while longer without any more luck. Didn't end up getting any bites on the catfish setup either, unfortunately, but it happens. I might actually come back out here another night pretty soon and try my luck again, but for now, it's getting pretty late and getting pretty cold out, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up and call it a night. Well, guys, it's a couple days later now, and I am back out at the same spot at the Pueblo Reservoir. And today I actually decided to catch some cut bait before I came out here. So I've got this chunk of bluegill on. I'm gonna send this out and hopefully I get a catfish bite tonight. All I ended up getting the other day was that one walleye. It was a decent walleye, but just that one catch. So hoping for a little more action today. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut bait out there, and then I'm probably gonna rig up for some bass and walleye. Okay, I'm gonna get after some bass and walleye now that I got that cut bait sitting out on the bottom. I'm gonna start out with the Al's 49er. I was throwing this spoon around the other day. This is what I got that walleye on, I'm pretty sure. So since I've already got it tied on, I'm gonna go ahead and toss this around a bit. If I don't get any bites pretty quick, I'll probably switch out to something else. I'm not too crazy impressed with the spoon tonight, so I think I'm going to go ahead and switch it out for something else now. I decided to switch out to a Dynamic Lures J-Spec in the color Sexy Shad, so let's go ahead and see if anything's hungry for the jerkbait tonight. I'm on something that feels pretty decent, guys. I'm pretty sure it's a walleye. Yep, it's a walleye. Probably right around the same size as the one last night, or not last night, the other night. Oh no. Yes. It popped off right at the last second, but I grabbed it by the head in the water. Not too bad at all. Something got a hold of it. Must have been something bigger than this fish. There's definitely some monsters in this lake. Well, I'm actually pretty surprised, guys. I almost tossed this fish right back in the water because I was thinking it was a little too short, but it's actually just a hair over 18 inches, and 18 inches is the keep size in this lake. I haven't had walleye in quite a while, and this one's pretty beat up anyway, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and toss this one on a stringer and have it for dinner tonight. All right, we got dinner on the stringer now, courtesy of the Dynamic Lures J-Spec. Let's go. I'm definitely real happy with that walleye I just caught, but since they seem to be munching, let's get the J-Spec back out there and see what else we could do. I'm on something, guys. Feels decent. I can't tell if it's a walleye or not, though. What the heck is this thing? That might be a bass. I think I got a bass, guys. I'm pretty sure that's a bass. I can't really tell. It's freaking out. It's not a bass, it's a real fat walleye. Oh no, it's not, it's a little wiper. Oh cool. I haven't caught a wiper in forever, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hell yes. I'm so freaking stoked right now, guys. I've been after a wiper all year and haven't managed till tonight, and it was pretty much by mistake. Yes, this is so cool. Totally unexpected. It's not a real big one or anything, but that is so awesome. Wow, guys. What an absolutely freaking beautiful bass. I thought I had a giant smallie on at first. These things fight crazy hard, and this is probably the last species I was expecting to pull out of here. I think this is the only wiper I've actually seen get pulled off this spot, so pretty freaking stoked about it. It's actually not a giant in terms of wipers. It's a 17.5 incher. I grabbed a quick measurement on it, but like I said, not that big in terms of wipers, so I'm not even going to bother getting a weight on it. I just want to get it back in the water. These guys will actually fight to exhaustion, and I learned that the hard way on the first one I ever caught. So going to go ahead, release this one, and let it swim away and maybe get caught by somebody else. There it goes. So freaking cool. What an awesome fish. Well, guys, I took probably about 15-20 more casts with the J-Spec, and I didn't have any more luck. I'd love to stick around here and fish a little more with the conditions, because that moon is perfect with all that light it's giving off, and they seem to be biting all right. I'm sure I'd get into some more if I stuck around, but it's getting pretty late, and I've still got a few things to do tonight, including fillet up and cook that walleye, so I think I'm going to go ahead, pack it up, and call it a night for tonight. All right, guys, no cats unfortunately, but as y'all could see by the video, I was absolutely stoked that wiper bit, and we did at least manage to get on the bass and walleye, which was a big part of the goal I had in mind out there. So just absolutely stoked with the way things went. Could have got a cat, and that's really the only way things could have gone better, or maybe more numbers or whatever. But I mean, I was completely happy with the fish that I did catch. Caught that keeper walleye, took that home, filleted it up, and it made a delicious, delicious dinner. And I caught that wiper, which I'm always happy to catch wiper. I don't get to catch many of those. I hadn't caught one since last fall, actually. I've been actually trying for them quite a bit since then and just haven't had any luck. But that night I just caught that one out of nowhere. It took me off guard, like I said in the intro, and just, it was freaking awesome. So happy it bit, so happy I could take you guys along with me. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you sticking around till the end. If you enjoy the content, go ahead, hit like and subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. But anyway, that's about it. So I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.